Hello and welcome to Quell. Now, I did a video about a month ago now on the subject of a whistle, and some people probably thought it was funny to talk about carrying a whistle and things like that, but actually it generated quite a conversation. In fact, I got a lot of feedback from people on our LinkedIn accounts talking about, they think they've been followed and they've had fear of being followed, and also some people that gave me some examples of instances where they were followed. And I was asked would I do another video on being followed on foot. Now, I did one a year ago plus, and it's not very good because, well, I've obviously started to use a green screen and things like that. Now, what I try to explain to people when I'm talking about personal safety is everything's in the preparation and prevention of it. So I always say to people, if you're out on your own and you're walking around wherever you're going to work or you're doing part of your job moving from place to place, always remember what you're carrying. That's the big thing. What items do you carry? Do you need to carry them? Can you be as light as possible? That means get rid of stuff you don't really need to carry. And do you conceal stuff? And what I mean is, do you make sure you keep things out of sight? Obviously purse, wallets, items of expense, iPads or mobile phones. And also moving on to phones and things, do you wear earpods? I'm sure some of you would have seen the video where I do take a little bit of a mick out of people that have the baseball caps, hoodies and headsets on, because you're not really aware of your environment. Wherever you go, you should really make sure you select your route. I mean, yes, I'm going to go from here to here is fine, but have you ever thought of putting safe zones in? I've done a video totally on safe zones where I talk about personal safe zones, I talk about those that work in static locations and also those that are mobile workers. You should always make sure you tell somebody where you're going and where you are. What's the harm in it? I mean, I'm going from A to B or I'm doing this. And then lastly, if needed, make sure you have an app downloaded. You can get WalkSafe Plus, it's free. And a lot of our attendees and our clients have downloaded it, and I won't go into it too much, but it's a great little thing to have on your mobile phone to keep in contact with people or to alert people where you are. And then you can even get private ones as well. That means purpose-built ones that you pay for. My apologies. So that would be like the Stay Safe app we all carry, and we all have little items that we can wear, clickers I call them, that we can wear on our wrists or around our neck. Now, getting to the point of where you are physically being followed. Well, the first thing is, it's very easy to say is don't panic. But if you panic, that's more than likely what the person's trying to do by following you. You've got to remember, there's certain different reasons why people follow. One of the biggest ones I come across in our profession of workplace violence is they do it to cause intimidation, fear, threaten the person. So I always say to people, try not panic. Remember all your preventative measures. Ring somebody if needed and let them know. If you're in an environment where there is possibly high risk of this, have you thought about putting a code word in for your colleagues? And then again, if you mix it in with your safe zone, you'll ring your colleague, have your code word, and then have your safe zone that you all know aware of, and then you can get there. More important for me as well is always stick to areas you know. Don't do anything silly. And the most important thing as well is get a description of the person, because I have no doubt the person who is following you has done it to somebody else. There's always a pattern. If any of you have been on my sessions or been to my seminars, I talk about a degree of patterns about when people do certain abuse threats, and especially if there's anything around intimidation, there's always a pattern. And then obviously record it if you can. Safety is paramount of you. See if you can take a photograph or record the individual. Or lastly, which I had a person I speak to recently that was followed, go into somewhere that has CCTV. Sounds funny, doesn't it? But if you walk into a store, shop, a petrol station, a service station, a grocery store, they all have CCTV. And it could be that little bit of evidence as well, just to prove that you're being followed. Short video. I'm going to do one on being followed in a vehicle, because I keep being asked these questions about being intimidated. And that's what I want you to think about. How can you in your organisation, or even if needed in your family, start that conversation about your personal safety? Prevention is better than the cure, I always say. Stay safe whatever you're doing, and bye for now.